this dream that we will transform small businesses and create these great places to work. And I believe our clients are legacy builders. Steve's one of them. And this is a statement from my vision statement. Our clients are legacy builders. Through our clients and the impact in all caps, they have on their communities, we are transforming communities one small business at a time. When we help one entrepreneur, we are creating opportunities in that entrepreneur's community that did not previously exist. Their team members are transformed and their families are transformed.
To its highest level. Like, your team has truly achieved next level with the organization, and it's amazing to think, like, if other small businesses could get to the next level that your team has accomplished so far, how much all small businesses could truly accomplish in their lives, and for their employees too, because I feel like you're doing so much for the people who work for you.
It was having the team excited to actually share what they do with somebody else, because for a lot of people it's a drudgery. I go to work and I do it. These people are actually excited to share what they have learned and how they contribute, and that they're all part of a bigger, greater good, and they actually all share the same messages with everybody, no matter who calls in. So nobody's going to put their little backbiting or snipping into it.
First takeaway is that culture is critical. That's really imperative to building a crack team. The second is compulsive systemization pays off.
Yeah.
And that to scale, to be smoothly operational, the systemization and compulsive systemization was what we really saw.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Michelle.
So coming from a virtual world, then what hit me the most was so much of what my day is like is in creating automations and systems that are virtual. So to see whiteboards and folders and sheets that were just seamless and that I'm going to say instinctual, like it was just, if you're all the way down to the smallest thought of when you're driving, you don't want a digital thing to tell you what the next thing is. Like, it's all outlined right there with a color on it. Turn the page and there's the picture of the house and such. So it just really hit of this. I think sometimes just be like, well, where's the spreadsheet, or where's that? And it's like, don't try to be so complex. Put a whiteboard up there and write it down, and that's all that it needs to be. It doesn't need to be under this document that's here. So
Awesome. Rob.
Yeah, I was struck by the adoption from the employees of the programs, particularly the Gallup program, their adoption and enthusiasm for it, and being able to ask them, well, how did that happen? And I think the theme that I'm taking from the one we're trying to convert right now is they knew that this wasn't a fad, that it was going to keep going, and hiring the right people in. So those two factors, I think, are attributable to that, having that extreme adoption by every employee, and they use it. You're not having to shove it down their throats. And the third thing, and because I know these three things because I already sent it to my client that we're trying to do this on, and the third thing is they are actually participating in the classes as well, instead of just the owner or the trainer. They're going that. So those three things I'm going to take back to try to get better implementation.
Awesome.
The clarity of communication. Everybody had the same message. The clarity of the work. They knew exactly what to do. They were happy. And I think it freed them up. Having systems in place really freed them up to go ahead and enjoy their job and enjoy communicating with the customers and deal with the clients. It's a nice background. And like her, I looked at all the folders and things moving, and we're living in a digital world too. And I'm like, oh my God. That's so awesome. It goes from here to here. And you never lose it. You're never looking down a Google sheet or a hole for something. It's right there.
Awesome. Christine.
Because you knew nothing about this business.
So I think what I observed and liked the most was the appreciation and the awareness of the team members and their team members' strengths and the space that they have opened up for their team members to show up in. So it's really, I saw that it adjusted their expectations, which changed the relationship, knowing what their team members' strengths are and what they aren't, and the space that they can or cannot show up in. And that allowed for more friendships to build, trust, and appreciation for each other.
Anna, what was your takeaway?
You know, I keep thinking about like sort of the history of work, and if you think about the way factories grew up, it was always like the managers sort of cracking the whip and making sure that everyone's working and not trusting their employees, and sort of this idea that employees have to be watched and they have to be pushed. And you go into a business like yours, Steve, and just what strikes me is everybody knows what their responsibilities are and they're doing it happily. And they're not like looking around like, oh, is the boss watching? And oh, I better get back to work because I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, there's none of that negative energy. It all is coming from within. It feels like intrinsic motivation to me that you have created a culture where people who want to do their best can come in to your company and work for you and do their best. So that's what I'm taking away.